Hey guys, it's Charles. I want to take a really quick second and just send out this video just to give you something to think about as you start your day or finish your day whenever you're watching this. You know, today after meeting with all my clients, it occurred to me how few people think about what direction their life's taking. You know, what blueprint, what script are they really living out? Whose plan have they bought into? I mean, whose plan are you following? What are you accepting into your life that maybe is unreasonable? Maybe you've accepted that you can only make so much money or you can only achieve this level of physical fitness, when we can look around ourselves and find people who have defied the odds, who have really broken through what others thought were impossibilities. What's the difference for those people? I mean, what's the difference between you and an all-star athlete, or you and the person that lost 100 pounds, or you and the person that's making $20 million a year? What's the difference? I think it's your expectations. I think personally, your expectations, your beliefs about what's possible for you, about what you can and can't do, ultimately drives your behavior and then really influences the outcomes of your life. How often is it that you let your friends, your family, people that work with you influence what you buy into? You know, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he was saying that he was madly in love with this young lady, just crazy, head over heels with her. But he starts sharing his passion and how he felt about this young lady with a lot of his friends, and they were all telling him, you know, well, just wait until that wears off, until that new phase wears off, and you'll find out that she's just like the rest of them, right? Maybe if you're a woman watching this, maybe you've fallen head over heels over a guy, and your girlfriends that have been jaded by relationships that weren't up to their standard warn you to beware, right? That you're in for a shock once the honeymoon phase wears off. And unfortunately, all of that dialogue he had with his friends influenced him, and he started to not give as much of himself in the relationship with his young lady. The next thing you know, he was creating this self-fulfilling prophecy based upon the belief system that was bred into him by his closest of friends. And I'm certain that those people weren't malintentioned. They weren't bad-intentioned people. The problem was that they were giving him advice that then made him change his behaviors, which then ultimately did create the dilemma that his friends warned of. So what self-fulfilling prophecies are you creating? You know, are you buying into this belief, well, because of who I was raised by, this is all I'm going to be able to achieve? You know, my family didn't go to school, so who am I to go to school? Or are you buying into the belief that because no one in my family was healthy, that I'm not meant to have health either? Or maybe because my situation is my marriage isn't doing too well and I'm so busy that, you know, who could expect someone like me to eat right and exercise? You have to ask yourself, whose plan are you buying into? You know, how often are you actually listening to your own conscious? You know, what's that little voice is telling you inside, what's right, what's wrong, as opposed to what other people have told you. We all are following someone's plan. Unfortunately, most often it's not our own. It's what our parents told us, it's what our friends have told us, it's what our family has told us, it's what some of our closest of advisors have told us. Early in my life, I mean, I sought out information from the best, and I had to learn that you don't just automatically accept what well-intentioned people say. People can be sincere, but be sincerely wrong. And they're not meaning to hurt you. It's just that with their worldview, with the way they see the world, they do perceive limitations. I'm here to tell you that there is no limitation aside from the choices you decide to make today. If you're willing to change your choices, if you're willing to drop and totally eliminate the limiting beliefs you've created or you've accepted on your life, you can change the entire trajectory of your life this moment. There's nothing you've done, there's no one in your life, no situation too big that you cannot surmount and overcome. I'm living proof, so are the thousands of clients I've helped. And my hope is that after watching this video, you begin to think about what direction you're actually heading. You know, life is all about opportunities. You can look at life and you can look around and see things that are terrible. You can see people that are passing away thinking that life is slipping through our fingertips. You can think that the government is corrupt. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can look at. And at the same time, you can look into both of those situations and see tons of babies being born every day. You know, you can see a lot of people working in political office that are seriously ethical and trying to do the best for our nation. So it's really what you choose to focus on. So make certain that you're focusing on progress, focusing on where you want to go, not focusing on the things that are wrong, not focusing on the things that aren't right yet. Because just because something isn't the way you want it to be right now doesn't mean it's not going to be that way. If you really step up and pour yourself into it, 110%, at the highest level that you possibly can, it's my belief that with that ultimate commitment, God steps in and brings about the very change that you are praying for. But it's not until you really step up and do all that you possibly can do. So on that, just ponder it a little bit. Make certain that the choices you're making are lead you in the direction you want to go. Make certain that you're not following someone else's plan that really wasn't even something you even thought of, and wasn't any way or any shape or form something you want your life to turn out like. And lastly, make certain that you're not letting people influence your belief systems. There's people that all around you that do truly care about you, but just because they care about you doesn't mean that you should accept the things that they tell you about yourself or the things that they tell you is possible for you. If you automatically accept those things, you're going to automatically accept the standard of life that they're leading. And I'm here to tell you the standard of life you deserve, if you're watching this tape, is definitely, definitely high. And so I don't think you're the type of person to sit there and just accept what's fed into you. Be selective. Start to discriminate what's valuable and what's meaningless. Don't accept everything, even I say. Take what I say that's valuable, that helps you, and discard the rest. All right? So really just take some time. And remember, there's nothing in this world that can stop you from achieving your dreams. I'm here to help coach, cajole, inspire, motivate, do everything I can to remind you of that all the time, because we all know that there are active forces working to keep us believing that things aren't as good as they really are, that there are limitations. In reality, the only limitation that you have in your life are your own beliefs. So change those beliefs and you'll change your life. I'll look forward to hearing about your success. Feel free to use and leave a comment below if you'd like, and I'll make sure and get another video out soon. Take care.